Hey everybody, my name is Oz Cruz. I'm the owner of the Camp Mid-Phoenix location here in Phoenix. We'll give you, our phone number here is area code 602, The Camp. Easy to remember, easy to give us a call. The reason we wanted to do this video is because I know that a lot of you are contacting us, and if you're receiving this video, if you're watching this video, you're wondering what the camp is all about. And one of the easiest way to kind of give you some information about us is bring in one of our challengers. So I wanted to bring in JinHee, who has been a challenger here since day one. We call her one of our OGs. January 7th was our very first challenge here when we opened our doors. JinHee, hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Fantastic. So you are one of our OGs, and you started January 7th. Today is May 4th, right?
Yes.
And let's start off with the big results. How much have you lost?
My last weigh-in, I was at 45 pounds, so I weigh in on Monday again, so hopefully it's a little bit more than that, but that's where...
45 pounds.
Yeah.
How do you feel? You look amazing, by the way.
Thank you. I feel really good. I feel really the healthiest I've been my whole life, not just with the working out, but what I'm putting in my body as well. And so I feel great. Really, I do.
Nice,
yeah.
Nice. So let's talk, because people are watching this and they're like, I've tried everything. I don't know if I can do this. I have injuries. I'm totally out of shape. I went and checked out one of the classes and it looks hard. And let's talk a little bit about before. Before you came here, where were you? What were you trying to do? What had you done? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I was never really like a fad diet person. You know, I thought in my head I was eating the right foods, and a couple times a week I would be really bad. So I thought I was always kind of maintained being overweight, and but my weight would fluctuate from being overweight to being really overweight. But I was always working out in a sense of doing something. So I had a gym membership with LA Fitness for a really long time, and then I stopped after I had my first child 4 years ago, and then I moved and I decided, okay, let me get back into the gym, and I did, but I was really hesitant. I didn't want to have any personal training. I didn't want my body fat measured. I didn't want to get weighed. I didn't want somebody telling me this and that. And I would see the trainers when I would go to the gym, work out by myself, and you know, they'd just kind of stand there and they'd write little notes, and they'd be looking around while somebody was doing their reps, and it just wasn't, that's just not what I wanted.
Sure.
And but I did enjoy the class atmosphere. I liked the classes, and I thought, I need something like this. I need something where I can be motivated in a group environment, but I also knew I needed somebody to tell me what to eat. I needed to understand my body, what foods worked for me, what foods helped me lose weight. And I had to get my head around eating more, actually. It's an odd concept, but to eat more often.
Yes.
And to understand
Not starve yourself.
Not starve myself, and not eat a lot fewer times in the day. That's just learning about how that affects the metabolism. Yep. That was really important, and that's one of the biggest growth I think I've had at camp. Not just the weight loss, but my mindset, how I feel in my heart, and how much more I love myself and care about myself. And I think it sets a really great example for my children. My daughter uses words like, that's healthy food and that's not healthy food. I love that. That's junk food, Mom, and that's, you know, and she's learning about moderation too, and she's only 4. And so I think it's good for her to not have food complexes, to understand what food is, and that wouldn't have happened. We wouldn't have dialogue like that if I didn't change my life. So
that's so important.
Yeah, I was really happy
and
about
I've
that.
seen pictures of you in the family and the kids with doing the 5Ks and so forth. So it just becomes a routine. It becomes a lifestyle, right?
It is. It's a lifestyle change, and I brought her to the camp, and she has seen me work out, and she comes into my weigh-ins, and it's just we're very cognizant of our health now, and it's a really exciting transformation for all of us.
That's awesome.
And So, but really the mental transformation is the most. I've said it before that the weight loss is an absolute byproduct. It's what we ultimately are always thinking that's what we need, just to love ourselves a little bit more, to think, make our lives a little bit better. But the real transformation happens in our minds with how we think, what we think we need, and how much we think about ourselves.
That's so important. Stacy and I started off as challengers ourselves. So we started off as a client. We came in and we went through the program ourselves. We understand the process and going through that. We did it side by side. We made friends. We made great friends that we still keep in contact. It's family. You increase your family here at the camp, and we were all going through the same struggles and trying to figure out how to do our meal prep and so forth. But it's awesome because we did that support. And then we became members, and eventually we saw the transformation of so many people that we had to continue to be involved, and that's why we invested and became franchise owners. But Stacy actually chose our all the words and all the artwork. And one of the most important things is when people walk in, on our wall, it says, "Within these walls, your life will change." And that's so important because people go, "Oh, that's cool words," but it means something. And unless you go through this, you don't realize it. You're experiencing it. And yesterday at our Fitness After Dark that we had, our 6-month anniversary, I mentioned to the challengers, your focus, and everybody's focus is on their weight, right? But we know that not only are we going to make an impact on your weight, we're going to change your mindset. We're going to make you a better you.
Yes.
And if you were to walk in and say, "Hey, I'm going to make you a better you," you'd go, "Oh, this guy's weird. I'm out," right?
Right.
But you learn that, and we become a family, and we got to go through that. And that's exactly what you've experienced, right?
Absolutely. When I walked in the very first day, it was the first day of challenge, and I got to sit with you, and I came in thinking, I know how to work out. I've worked out my whole life, and I just need to lose weight. And right when I walked in and I saw the group environment and I saw familiar equipment, I thought, oh, I could do this. And sitting with you for a little while, and then you just saying, okay, get out there and work out. And it was hard. It was really hard, but it was such a good feeling to work really hard. And I knew right then, this is going to change my body.
Yeah.
I didn't think this is going to change my mind, and it has. It's been a family. I've created such good relationships, and it's just such a supportive environment that even when I fall a little bit or I stumble mentally and physically, there's always somebody there picking me up. There's absolutely no judgment at all. I was expecting to feel very self-conscious and expecting for other people to, work faster and harder than me and to feel set back by that, but I wasn't. I was inspired by it. I was inspired by people who just supported and gave me a high five out of nowhere, and they literally just met me that day, and it's just such a solid experience all the way around. You walk in feeling a little bit self-conscious, but you walk out feeling more confident, even after just one workout. And I came in with an injury. I have a metal rod in my leg. I broke my leg when I was in my 20s, and I thought, there's no way I could do a lot of these exercises. And just 3 weeks in, I remember hugging Shannon and just thanking her for the fact that I could squat down finally after not being able to do it for 15 years. And it's just, it changes every aspect of you.
You touched on something really important to me because I started the challenge with recovering from injuries. I had fractured my tibia, fibia, 14 rods in my knee, and they had talked about amputation. And so I had to learn how to walk again. And when I started the camp, I couldn't run. And I remember our trainer saying, "Hey, I need you to run." And I'm like, I trot. That's my word that I use. I trot because I sounded like I was trotting like a horse.
Mm-hmm.
And about 6 months later, I'm actually the team leader for our accountability team, and I'm sprinting. And as I'm sprinting, I'm actually crying because it took me so many years to just get to a certain part. And here I was, like a teenager, just sprinting. So that touches my heart because I know exactly how you feel in regards to that. It's like I didn't expect ever to get there. My vision of myself was when I'm 55, and I'm 50 right now. When I'm 55, I'm going to be walking with a cane. That was my expectation. I knew that was going to happen because broken back, multiple knee surgeries on both knees. I was a mess. And so that's how I knew that was my future, and I knew that, expected that. Now, it's totally turned around, and you're feeling the same thing.
Yeah, the story that you tell about your injury and then running, and just on Wednesday, we ran for 10 minutes in here as a warm-up, and I couldn't believe I didn't stop one single time. I couldn't believe that I got through that, because even in college when we would run for 15 minutes, I was like dragging a trailer. It was hard, and to be able to just kind of float around, I could not have imagined that. And I remember starting in my first week, in my mind I was like, please just don't make us run. Please don't make us run. I'm not going to be able to run. And like, I'm doing it with ease, and it's all because of just the absolute life change here. And that's what this place does. That's what this program does. It's what the food does that you put in your body. It's how your mind develops of a can do. Like, I can do that. And we can find every reason not to be here. We could find every excuse. Sometimes they don't feel like excuses. They feel like legitimate reasons. My body hurts. My leg hurts. I have this injury. So that's not to knock anybody down. Like, you have the issues that you have, but those don't need to be obstacles through finding your success, because everyone here supports the pace that you need to work. And if you can't do a full squat all the way down, that's okay with every single one here. That's okay with every trainer here.
There's no judgment.
There's no judgment, and there's no shame. It's just being transparent and saying, where are you with this? Okay, let's modify. Like LJ said before, there's a modification for everything, and there's no judgment behind that. And that's what's awesome about here. You develop at your own pace, and everybody respects that pace.
And sometimes you'll have an off day.
Oh, yeah.
And when you have an off day, have you noticed, like, the trainers realize that? Like, they come over?
Oh, they read you so fast.
Yeah.
And they're all very caring. Are you okay today? And, sometimes I think they get to know you so well that they have this idea of how hard you're supposed to work. And then when you don't work that hard, it's kind of like, hey, what's going on? Why aren't you lifting that much, or why aren't you? And all you have to say is, this is what's going on, and
they know.
They're right behind you.
Yeah. That's the awesome thing about this is in every other aspects or training that I've had, or gyms or anything, I join a gym, and I'm comfortable with walking into a gym and seeing a new piece of equipment and saying, how do you use this? Some people aren't. And so here, we take all the guesswork out of it. You talked about the meal plan. We showed you how to meal prep. We show you what to eat. You walk in, every class is different. You walk in, and all you know, it's either leg day, upper body, or full body, and that's about it. But we walk you through, and we tell you how to work out. So we take all the guesswork out of it. But at the same time, we're kind of educating you in regards to this. So had you experienced that anywhere else?
No. Being a member of LA Fitness for so long, there's just an expectation that you just kind of do what the person in front of you is doing. There's no real explanation. There's no breakdown. There's no make sure you're comfortable before we get started. And the trainers here don't take for granted anything. They demo every single thing every single time. Even if you've been here for 8 weeks or 12 weeks or 6 months, they're demoing every single time, and they will take the time and break it down and show you again if you need to. They're constantly circulating through the room. They're having a good time. Some of them are dancing all the time, and you're just like, what is happening? But
It's a party.
It's a party. It really is. But everyone creates an atmosphere. That's the important part. Every trainer does it in their own way.
Yeah.
And that's what's really neat too. Is there's variety all the time, and I love circuit training, and so this appeals to me really well because I get complacent in my mind, and so I like the quick move, transfer, go here, go there, cross training, working a different part of your body. So I think it's fantastic. It's a fabulous place. It's life changing. It really is because you invest in it. Everything that happens here makes you want to invest in it, and it's changed my life, and I'm a member for life. So
love that. One last thing. As an OG, you've seen people come in, new challengers. You've seen prospects come in regards to considering this. You know, they have a lot of concerns. Like I initially started to say, is they haven't worked out in a while, or they've never worked out, or they've joined a gym and they've gone in there and they feel intimidated, so they go in the corner on the treadmill. You know, John Allaire, who lost over 300 pounds on this program, he talked about, I was the guy that went in, put my hoodie on, stuck on my headphones, went to the furthest treadmill and just walked for maybe an hour, kind of got a workout, and then I'd just walk out and nobody ever noticed me coming in or out. So we have people going through all these different things. Just one last message. You've seen people come in and kind of talk to you about that. You've seen them experience it. But this message is going out to that person that, I want to get healthier, I want to lose weight, but I don't think I can do that. What message would you share with them?
I would say allow your doubts to be weaker than your drive to make a change for yourself, and just try it. Just allow yourself to commit to just 1 week and be open to being put in a mental place that you haven't been put before, and be willing to push beyond that, because the ultimate results, regardless of the goals that you set, reaching the goal, don't let that stress get to you. Don't find reasons not to do it. Allow yourself to just throw yourself into it and trust that this is the right environment for you, because it will transform you before you even know it. You're going to wake up one day and not feel sore anymore. You're going to do an exercise that you weren't able to do the week before, and that sense of pride and accomplishment just changes your confidence, and it just becomes a part of your life. And you'll get to a point where you started out thinking, I don't know if I could do this, and you'll get to a point where, gosh, I missed a day yesterday. I don't want to miss another day.
Yes.
Because this should be a place, like a sanctuary, a release for you from everything else going on in your life, just for that 1 hour a day. So give that to yourself, give that freedom to yourself, and allow yourself to just get lost in it, because you really will, and you'll wake up a different person.
You hit on so many things. Stacy and I come home from work and we're burned out sometimes, and we're like, let's get to the camp. I can't wait to get to the camp just to relax. And we're going to go in there and work our butt off, but that's just our sanctuary. We just release so much and feel so much better going in. So thank you for sharing that. It touched a lot, and it means a lot. If you have any doubts, like Jinhee, you mentioned, try it for a week. We hear that over and over, so that's why we offer that free week. Most places offer 1 free day. We offer that, but we wanted to extend it because we know that you'll try us out for a week and you'll fall in love with it. So we offer that free week. Give us a call, 602-THE-CAMP, or send us an email, info@602thecamp.com, and we'll get back to you. We'll show you the support. Completely different. It changed my life. It changed Stacy's life, to the point where we invested everything we had into this. And so we came to your hood.
Yeah.
Right? We came to your hood
Right
here.
in my hood.
And Mid-Phoenix is the location. So give us a call. Just give us a chance. Give yourself a chance. That's the most important. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.